Here are 5 PPC tips that you can implement to immediately increase your sales on Amazon. Are you feeling stuck with your Amazon PPC? If your ACOS is high, your TACOS is eating into your profits, cost per clicks are going through the roof, then this video is going to be for you. I'm going to reveal 5 PPC tips that you can immediately implement into your campaigns to see an improvement across the board in your PPC performance. The first one is to set up your campaign structure correctly. Just like you would not have a single campaign for a single keyword, you don't have one campaign for hundreds of different keywords. Make sure to target a maximum of 10 to 15 keywords per campaign. You should also look at implementing both research and scaling campaigns. Research campaigns are going to be auto campaigns that are managed by Amazon. Amazon decides which keywords to target and which ASINs to target. You can use these research campaigns to find what keywords are performing well and driving the most sales. You can then take those keyword phrases and put them into a scaling campaign. Scaling campaigns are manual sponsored product campaigns that focus on those specific keyword phrases. They allow you to have much more control over both your spend and your bidding. Having a scaling campaign with only 10 to 15 keyword phrases is perfect because then you can decide exactly which phrases are going to get the most spend. If a phrase does not perform well, then all you do is you negate it. You should never ever leave your high performing phrases inside of your research campaigns. If you are leaving money on the table. The second tip is to play around with your bid prices. If your bid is set at say $1 but you're not receiving any clicks, then that probably means you're bidding too low. You're not actually winning that placement and therefore you are not getting any clicks. Try increasing your bid right up to $2 and then see if anything changes. If suddenly you start getting a lot of clicks, then your bid is probably a lot higher than it should be. So what you can do from there is you can slowly drop it down by 10 to 15 cents until you find that sweet spot. Remember that if your bids are too low, you will not receive any clicks. If they are too high, then you will just be bleeding ad spend. The third tip is to improve your CTR, your click-through rate. By optimizing your main image for click-through rate, you can actually increase the performance of your PPC campaigns. Not only is the traffic clicking on your listing going to be of higher quality because they already know something about your product, what it is, what it does, how it can help them, but it will also help to reduce the amount of people that click on your product simply because they don't know what it is and they are curious. How many times do you do that when you are looking on Amazon for a product? You search it, you see the page of all the different products, you click on all the sponsored ones, and then in the end you purchase something else completely different. It's called shopping around. That is what you want to avoid, and it's something that you can avoid by optimizing your main image. Show browsers exactly what your product is, what it does, and how it can help them before they click on your listing. It will ultimately increase the amount of traffic going to your listing and also improve the quality of that traffic. The fourth tip is to negate underperforming keywords. If you have a keyword in either a scaling or a research campaign that is not performing well, you should be negating it. There is no point spending money on a keyword that is not performing. You are just bleeding spend. You are throwing money down the drain. A good rule of thumb for negating a keyword is if it has had over 25 clicks without a sale. It is then almost guaranteed to be a bad keyword phrase for your product. The only time you would not negate a keyword phrase is if it is 100% relevant to your product. For example, if you are selling a back to school backpack and the keyword phrase that is not performing well is back to school backpack, then the issue does not lie in your PPC. It does not lie with the targeting of that keyword phrase. It's much deeper than that. The problem most likely is coming in with your conversion. Your listing is not able to convert the traffic that is visiting it from that phrase. You're getting impressions through PPC, people are visiting your listing, but then ultimately they're not making a purchase, and in the end, they go and buy from a competitor instead. The fifth and final tip is to analyze your product placement reports to see where your ads are performing the best. If you find that you get the most sales from a top of search placement, then you should be adding a top of search multiplier to that specific PPC campaign. What this will do is it will increase your bid price by 100%, 200% to ensure that you always get that top of search placement. If you find that rest of search gets the most sales, then you should focus on that instead. PPC is all about following the breadcrumbs to find where the customers are buying. Maybe for one keyword, everyone is purchasing from the top of the page, but on another keyword, everyone is purchasing from further further down in the middle of the page. Once you have followed the breadcrumbs and you found that sweet spot, you want to double down on it. That is how you can exponentially grow your sales on Amazon. These 5 PPC tips will help you to better structure your PPC campaigns, decrease ACoS, increase traffic, and ultimately improve the overall performance and sales of your PPC. If your PPC is completely out of control and you don't even know where to start to fix it, go to the link in the description down below to schedule a free consultation call with one of our experts today. During this call, you will be able to ask us all of your PPC questions and we will give you real, actionable tips and insights that will help you to turn around your Amazon account.